I just played this crazy ill chord progression that I was like obsessed with. And I was like, let me just make some random shit. Because I got a new plugin, so I was like very excited about that. But I do want y'all to like run up Ugly, because you know what I'm saying? Like now that I'm fully independent and there's no label doing, you know, pitching on my behalf, and you know, y'all maybe don't know how it goes, but like just the support hits different when you're independent, as far as just like getting in the crazy big playlists and radio and all that sort of shit. Like, you know, it's just really, it's expected to get on radio and it's expected to be in playlists when you're on a major label, even though none of that shit is a guarantee regardless of the association with a major label. But being fully independent, it just hits different. So I appreciate everyone who's fucking with me and everyone who's supporting the music and just fucking with me, man. It's like I said, it hits different when it's really just me out here with like people I hired myself. Like I'm funding everything out of pocket. Like it's just fire. But yeah, I played this fucking chord progression last night. This shit is so ill. Some like I don't know if I've made shit like that before. I was just trying some weird shit out last night. But yeah. Don't think about that song. Go listen to Ugly. Yeah, that shit was hella hard to do vocally. When I was sitting out here thinking of the melody, I was like, all right, like it sounded easy in my head, but then when I got on the mic, I was like, this is mad hard. Especially because I don't know how to sing, so I just like stand in there for like, because it's just me down here, so I'll stand in there for, I don't give a fuck, 20 takes and sit there and just fucking, even if take 3 was really the one, I'll stand there for fucking 20 takes just because I'm a fucking psychopath. But yeah, I did some crazy shit. I'll show y'all what I put on it, on the vocals. I'll give y'all a little sauce, a little bit. Y'all might get mad, like, because I know there's a community out there that doesn't like this RC20 shit. I got put onto it just, like, a couple months ago. And so I just, like, fucked around with it. But, yeah. I use Count drums. His kids, his shit is so crazy. Let me flip this. So this is the reverb I had on it. I'll play you the vocal. I think these thoughts up in my head are starting to be poisonous. I think that you should. And then I had this RC20 on it. Poisonous. I don't want to that shit right there. That right there is when I was down here screaming because I was like, yo, that sounds kind of hard. For our poisonous, I don't want you to go, but I think you should. I don't want you to go, but I think you should. I think these thoughts up in my head are starting to be poisonous. I think that you should run away. I don't want you to go, but I think. Yeah, so that's that. That's kind of hard, I think. That shit is kind of crazy. Especially, like, the fact that person made Ugly is hilarious to me. That's what I just think that's fire. Like, that's what I'm saying. Let me just do me. Like, I'm really making, like, just authentic me music, you know? Like, some days I'm turned and I want to fucking, I don't gotta say what's up to you. I don't gotta say, hey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm that, but sometimes I'm down here playing, like, fucking minor seventh chords on just like a pad and electric piano and shit, and just going through it. So it's like, just accept me for all of me. Accept me for all of me. That's all I ask, you know? Ugly or best on earth and shit like that, those may not be things you identify with, but those are parts of me. Accept me for all of me, you know? Wow, whatever wine this is so much better than what the fuck I was just drinking. Whispering Angel. No, I know I didn't get this shit for me. No chance. What made you choose Lil Baby for Ugly? So a lot of y'all don't know, but Boogus is one of the illest A&Rs ever, and his ear is just fucking crazy. And so I did the hook, and then I did a verse. The verse that I have on there that's out on Ugly isn't even the first verse. I changed my verse. But after I did it, Boogus was like, yo, Lil Baby would sound crazy on this. I was like, wow, you're right. Because I only did one verse that night when I first got the beat. So I was like, wow, you're so right. I was like, all right, cool. Let's make it happen. So we made it happen, and he went fucking nuts. So Boogus is a great A&R. It's always good to have somebody, like, if you're an artist, it's really good to have somebody that you trust their opinion and taste, and you trust their ear, because, like, they can see shit a little bit different than you, you know, but still have your best intentions and shit like that. E40 and Russ, yeah, that would be hard. I just talked to E40 the other day, just in like DMs. He's so hard. When you getting a Timbo beat? Me and Timbaland have done, me, Timbaland, and Ludacris have some shit. It's just crazy. I don't know what they're doing with that, but that shit is fucking nuts. That shit is nuts. If you weren't a rapper, what would you be? A producer. Would you work with someone with a low budget? Here's what I've told people before. And you could ask any artist this and anybody I've ever fucked with. I don't charge for features. I never have. I don't really see me ever charging for it. Just, I don't know. It's weird to me, in my opinion. It's weird to me. It's just like, if I think you're dope, I'm just going to do it because I want to do it. I don't need you to, like, I don't know. I don't want the money attached to it like that. I don't know. I feel personally, it just doesn't feel as real for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just how I feel. But, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're broke and have no money. If I think this shit is hard, I'm gonna just do it, you know? But, yeah. I do think I'll go on tour in 2021. I do. I'm hoping. And I hope that I'll have, like, updates for y'all soon. As far as that's concerned. I wonder if I still have the old verse on Ugly. It was cool. It just wasn't as, like, exciting to me as the new one. I'll play y'all the old verse though too. It's just not as exciting to me. It's just not as hard. But I'll play it for y'all. Did I delete it? What a piece of shit. Is this not it? Let me see.
Yeah. When I'm walking.
Okay, this is it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the original verse on Ugly. I thought it was cool, but it just like wasn't that hard to me, so I switched it.
Yeah. When I walk into the party, grab your girl before I take it from you. I can tell you how to make it end, but I can make it for you. I can show you how to play the game, but I can't play it for you. Heard that you've been talking, we've been at the door just waiting for you. Come right in, I love my kin, that's family. 305, private flight, Miami. Pull up on cocktail, but which one is the question? If you a dude, me not cool, you not allowed in my section. I don't gotta say what's up to you. I don't gotta say.
So it's like, it's cool. It's just not that like, to me, it's not that crazy. It was when I first did it, I was like, this is nuts. That's the verse Baby heard, like when I sent him this shit to get on. And then when I pulled up to the video shoot, I was like, I changed my verse. But like you hear that, but then you hear the actual one. It's
yeah. I'm getting money by the millions every month. My bro just told me that he's good, he made a killing off the runs. I'm in Atlanta, but I'm bringing home Brazilians from the club. These women feel like I'm the one. I got Sicilian in my blood, plus Big Tim and Herc stay on my side. Y'all know 8 figures while staying inside. Bought another new car, love the way that it glides. Cause they all every year's on my mind. I don't gotta say what's up to.
So much better. To me, that's not even close to me. That's not even close to me. At all. At all. Shut up, Tim. You really get money by the millions every month? That's a fact. On a gross level. On a gross level, for sure. For sure. But, yeah, the verse that's out right now to me is just way harder. The other one was cool, but it was just, I liked it. It's not that it's not hard, but it's just like, as far as like, okay, I'm about to like push this, and this is my one verse on the song, I felt like I had to come crazy. So now, if I would have done 2 verses on the song, I would have kept that first one as the first verse and done the one that y'all like, the one that's out. I would have done that as the second verse. But since I only have 1 verse, it's like, nah, I gotta come crazy and do all the tricks and do the like crazy melody, and you know what I mean. So that's how that happened. I've been making beats though. I've been making a bunch of beats. Someone said, are those plants real? Super real. Who knows? Okay, I'll play you some shit I did. I'll play you a beat I made. I'll play you a beat I made last night. Shit. I gotta still put a bass on it, but some funky shit. Fucking around to fuck around. How we feeling? Cheers to y'all too. It's 4:50 in the morning here in Atlanta. I've been on a very reverse sleep schedule, so trying to fix it. Yeah. Let me answer some more questions. Sorry. The best method to building a fan base is consistency. Because quality is kind of like subjective, right? There's a lot of people who think some artists suck, and yet they have a fucking fan base. So I would just say consistency. I would say concise and consistent branding and releasing of content is what I would say, for sure. And whoever fucks with you, you know? But I have noticed that a lot of people, like, their branding is so not there, you know? And in a world of Instagram and, you know, all the social media, I think it's like really important, the branding. I think it's more important than it was when I was trying to get on, because Instagram wasn't that lit like in 2015. It was, but it wasn't like it is now. You know, none of the social media platforms were like they are now. You know what I mean? Like, let alone like when I was dropping shit in 2011. Instagram came out 2010, you know? But I think when I'll see a lot of like up and coming artists, and you go to their page and they don't look like artists. And I don't mean that they don't have chains, and I mean that it just looks like this is their side thing, you know? Like they're posting about everything but the music, and like shit just looks too fucking not it. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like, I don't know, it's tough. But consistency is what I would say, for sure. How did you motivate yourself to keep making music after 11 projects went unnoticed? I thought and think I'm the greatest, so I kept going, because I was like, y'all are fucking idiots. Like, that's how you have to think, though. That's the thing. Like, you know, I think I talked about it in the B-Dot interview, but the same energy that kind of got me a lot of hate is ironically the same energy that I needed to get on and persevere through the failures of 11 projects, like you mentioned, that didn't do shit, you know? If I would have been just down on myself and like, damn, you know, back then I had 1,000 followers, so there wasn't this mass legion of fans there to like support me and tell me to keep going and shit like that. So I had to hype myself up, you know? So what motivated me was myself and my desire to prove myself right, you know? And obviously a little bit of proving people wrong, but like, it wasn't really proving anyone wrong, because no one was really telling me I couldn't do it, because no one even knew what the fuck I was doing. I had no fans. So it's not like there was people like, you suck. No one even knew what the fuck was going on. I had no fans. There was no feedback, you know? So like, I kept going because I had to prove to myself that I was fucking right, you know? And I thought and think super highly of myself, as anyone should if you're going after anything in life, you know? If you think you're not worthy of something, chances are you won't get it. So I thought I deserved this shit, and I was going to be damned if I didn't get it. So I got it, and I'm still getting it. You feel me? Because there's still more to be had. Oops, hold on. Trying to answer more questions. This is the mind fuck with this. When I was younger, I did think that that there was some sort of finish line. Like, oh, you made it, and oh, I've arrived and I've made it. I think I failed to accurately assess my own ambition, because I really underestimated my ambition. You know, like, for me, there is no I've made it. There's just always I'm making it, you know? Like, I feel like I've made it to this level, but I'm trying to make it to that level now. And once I get there, I'm going to be trying to make it to that level. And that's my ambition, you know, my competitiveness with myself. So, like I said, when I was younger and I was like, oh man, like, once I get a platinum plaque, I've made it. Like, once I'm a millionaire, I made it. But then you get those things and, like, you realize that, or I realized that I underestimated my ambition, you know? And that wasn't going to be enough to fucking fill me up, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever feel like, okay, I'm done and I've made it. Because that's what that insinuates, you know? So, really, you got to ask yourself, when did you decide you'd made it to this level? Because then I can tell you, like, when did you decide that you blew up? When I went platinum. When I got a plaque, you know? So, I don't know. It's just, it's a weighted question, I guess, or a weighted answer. What's been the hardest part of dealing with this pandemic for you? For sure, like, my mental health has just been fucking, oh man, just waves, you know? Good days, bad days, but a lot more bad days than usual. Just because, now, I don't, like, let me make a disclaimer with this. Hold on, let me see if I can find your question so I can pin it, since you didn't ask it in the little thing. Before I fully answer this, disclaimer, I don't expect any pity. You know, I don't need anyone feeling bad for me. I don't expect anyone to feel bad for me. But, you know, just staying in the house and not really traveling, not moving around. And it's just me in this house. And it's a big ass house, like I said, so you don't need to feel bad for me. But, I feel like when you're alone with your thoughts, this house gets twice as big, you know, or twice as small sometimes. And it just feels like the walls are closing in, and mentally, I'm not talking about physical space, but just like, you just get cabin fever. And I get, like, you know, despite of what I try to promote for y'all, I can, like, really easily get pulled into, like, a depressed ass fucking, you know, state of mind, especially when, you know, everything that I've done now career wise, it's like been moved to strictly be on the internet, because there is no more shows, there is no more real life. You know, remember when I had those hoodies, real life over the internet? It's like, now with the pandemic, there is no real life anymore. It's just the internet. As far as for artists, like, there's no, like, oh, you're going out there and touching the people, or doing meet and greets, or doing book signings, or shows, you know what I'm saying? So it's become, like, all about the internet. And it's fucking, and that's so unhealthy, you know? Like, I've been on the internet more than I've ever been, you know, which is never good. But what the fuck else? You know, I don't know. It's like, so I don't know. It's been easy for me to get in my own head. Ironic, I know. And kind of go into that, like, dark spiral downwards. Good days, bad days, you know? And then dealing with the family and how they're all coping with everything, and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, you know, good and bad, day by day. But I think mental health and financial problems are probably the top two things that are, like, pretty difficult for people in the pandemic right now, you know? Luckily, I have the financial thing completely handled, so that's why I said, like, I understand if no one's like, I don't feel bad for you, bro, you're a millionaire. It's like, I get it. You know, I don't need you to feel bad for me. I'm just answering the question. Okay, let me look through some more. Who told you I'm sane? Who told you that? How have you kept yourself sane during... Yeah, I didn't know that I was sane, so... Nah, I don't know, man. Like I said, easier said than done, but if you can say it, you can do it. I don't know. I think I've definitely gone a little fucking crazier than usual. I'm pretty crazy as is. I'm pretty just like off the walls as is. But I think music has obviously really helped me, just being able to come down here and fucking create. Has helped. Hold on, this shit is fucking hot. But yeah, so spending time with the family because everyone's like right around the corner, so that helps, and that's a blessing. Yeah, that's about it. Reading questions, let me see. Say you have to be fearless to do what you do, but do you fear anything? I want to clarify that. When I say fearless, I don't mean that like you're not scared. I mean that you're not scared of fear, which means that you recognize fear. You recognize, wow, I'm scared. I think what makes you fearless is when you run at fear. And that's what I try to do, is just run at fear. That doesn't mean that I'm not scared, and it doesn't mean that I'm not recognizing that, fuck, I'm scared. It means that, oh, I'm going to flip it and use it as fuel. Like, fuck, I'm scared. Like, all right, lit. You know? And once again, it's one of those, like, easier said than done things, but if you can say it, you can do it. So, you know, and that could be as simple as scared to put out this song, scared to, you know, do whatever the fuck, you know? It's not saying that you're not scared. It's saying that you recognize you're scared and then you run directly at it. And that's how you just one by one and little by little start conquering fears till you start almost like what I've started like almost doing is musically trying to find things that I'm scared of, you know? I think that's kind of where I got a kicker out of Ugly. It's because I knew that there was going to be some fans like, what are you doing? Why? Naked women? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was like, yeah, I'm for sure running directly at that. Because I know I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, and if I fuck with it, but I'm scared, but I fuck with it, I'm running directly at it. So, like I said, it's not necessarily being like, I'm not scared of shit. It's like, no, I be scared of shit, but I run at it and I flip it. So, you know. Aside from obvious shit, I guess like not accomplishing everything I want to accomplish in life. But I refuse to allow that to happen. I'm going to die trying. Any advice for someone who has a label meeting for the first time? Leave. Nah, I think, truthfully, I think just don't promise shit and just hear them out, you know? like, don't agree to shit. Just hear them out. Hear what they have to say. There's nothing wrong with going and taking meetings and seeing what people got to say. But don't for a second think that they give a fuck about you as far as, like, on a personal level, you know? Like, you got to always remember it's business. And these people are businessmen, you know? Like, and businesswomen. So it's like, just keep that in mind, you know? You're excited. Shit is like, oh, fuck, labels. Crazy. I'm finally making it. But it's like, you know, just remember that shit is business. And they're trying to get you in the worst deal possible that you'll agree to. And you're trying to get the best deal possible that they'll agree to. And that is why God made lawyers. You know? So just remember that. Ooh, I like this question. I like the way you phrased this. Fuck. Is the chase better than the catch? Abso-fucking-lutely. For me. Because I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, I think. So the chase is when your heart is racing and it's like, am I going to get it? I'm getting closer. Fuck, maybe I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking forward to all these things. And, like, what happens if you do catch it? What happens when you catch it? Because you know you're going to catch it. You know, the chase is fucking exhilarating. Once you catch it, it's kind of like, oh, this is it? And it's like, it's amazing. But you're also like, okay, but I want to chase something again because that was really fun. Think about it, right? If you're like a wide receiver and you fucking and you make a crazy catch, you know, for a touchdown, right? Afterwards, you're going to be like, I want to make another one though. Which means you got to fucking run another route, you know? So it's a loose analogy. It's not that great, but, you know, I think it's effective. But yeah, I think I'll say the chase is more exhilarating than the catch because sometimes you don't even realize you caught it. I'll say that. So delete everything I've said up until this moment. I think the chase is more recognizable that you're in the chase phase. Then sometimes when you've caught what you're looking for, sometimes you don't realize that you've caught it because you're so focused on the next chase, you know, that you forget that, yo, you caught what you were looking for the first time, though. Like, maybe you're just chasing after something else, but you did catch that thing back there, though, you know? So I don't know. I'm just talking out loud, but that was a great question because that made my mind do front flips and side flips and spinning elbows and shit, so I'm fucking with it. Why are you not on Clubhouse? Because those motherfuckers aren't cutting a check. And when that shit sells for $1 billion, I don't want to see any fucking think pieces about, we built it up and that. Nah, that's like, no. That shit is cool. Like, for just like, you know, the regular person just on there trying to like be nosy or talk or whatever the fuck it is, cool. But I'm saying, like, for the rappers who are going on there and just building that fucking platform up for free, to me, that's crazy. To me, that's crazy. That's my opinion. I'm 28. I'm looking more and more towards my future and shit. And I'm just more interested in owning things, you know? And I understand it's not possible or, like, feasible or fathomable for, like, the average person to be like, well, I'm not getting on Clubhouse till I own it. It's like, yeah, and you work at Verizon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that those people are like, what makes you think we can even own it? You're just being like a party pooper. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the fucking rappers who go on there and make that shit cool again. Like, it happens with every fucking app, and even if it hasn't, even if you don't want to get on board with that philosophy, the reality is that Clubhouse has been made cool by rappers. I think we can all agree on that. So the fact that rappers are going on there not getting any equity, because Clubhouse is going to sell for $1 billion. And no rappers are getting cut a check. So that shit is just, to me, that shit just dropped at the perfect time. That shit just dropped at the perfect time because motherfuckers are bored in their house just trying to talk. But I feel like that shit is hella high school too. Let's all sit in a room and literally listen to people talk, but not say anything because humans are nosy. Humans are nosy by nature. You know what I mean? So it's like that shit really took advantage and capitalized on the fact that human beings are nosy. So yeah, 100 of us are going to sit in the room and listen to this rapper talk to this rapper. And we're just going to sit there like, oh, this is fucking, yo, were you on Clubhouse last night? And her, it's like, bruh, you're 32 with like, feed your kid. What are you talking about? Like, get a fucking life. Fuck is wrong with some of y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's my opinion. I understand why it's going to work. I think if you are a rapper on Clubhouse, making it cool, providing value, and not getting equity back, you're an idiot. That's what I think. Personally. That's what I think. If you're somebody on there who's contributing in a major way to the value of that app and bringing in thousands, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people to that app, and you're not getting paid and you don't have equity in it, I don't want to hear any think piece when that shit sells for $1 billion. You say, we got to change this and like, y'all need to cut us a check. No, what? Like, for what? If I was the owner of Clubhouse, right? And rappers willingly used my app and just made it fucking cool. When I sell it for $1 billion, do you think I'm going to turn around and be like, man, I just really, really appreciate y'all. And like out of the goodness of my heart, I just really want to give you, just like 100 M's just because like that was dope what you did. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, what the fuck? It's business. Maybe they will. Maybe they will turn around and do that. But chances are they probably won't. History says they won't do that. So, when's my birthday? September 26th, 92. I'm a Libra stellium. All 4 of my condos are in Libra. Or whatever the fuck. Nah, see, I'm not hating. That's not hating. The app is a genius idea. Clubhouse is a genius idea that capitalizes on the fact that people are at home, capitalizes on humans' nosiness by nature, capitalizes on the average person's general curiosity and sometimes obsession with celebrity culture, and capitalizes on the fact that they know people are going to make that shit cool for free. So it's a genius idea. Shout out to the people who created it. I just think that if you're someone of like real merit and, making major contributions to it in a valuable way by bringing